Now, we'll take the next kind of operator. We'll go to next slide. What is the additional point that we have to learn here? We'll go to unary operators. The next operator is unary operator. Now, what are unary operators? A class of operators that act upon single operand and produce a new value. So, unary operator operates on single operand and produces a new value. The most popular example of unary operator is minus. Minus operates on single operand and changes its value. Suppose I give 256 and put a minus sign there, it becomes minus 256. What does it mean? If 256 rupees are to be there, if I put minus sign to it, it means I lose 256 or I have to give 256 to you, right? Again, there are, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of 5 unary operators are there, right? But last two, we'll have greater discussion when it comes to subsequent topics, but we'll familiarize ourselves with this. Okay. Now, unary minus higher than arithmetic operator. It has higher, right? That means unary operator minus is highest precedence when it comes to its meaning in the expression, higher than the multiplication or division operator. Again, its associativity is right to left. What is the meaning of this? When I take A plus B, A is travel from A to B. A and B are taken, operation is performed, right? A plus B, A is added with B. But when it comes to minus B, what does it mean? B is taken, it is negated. Association is right to left. So unary operators have right to left. Operands are taken, then operation is performed. Right? For example, num is equal to minus 1. It's an expression. So a unary operator does not give a value, it gives an expression. What we understood just earlier is that A plus minus B is A minus B. And minus B is an expression, not a value. Right? Please remember that point. Next, increment operator. This double plus is given. This is a special symbol in most of the programming languages. It is in C also. It means increment the operator at the same memory location. Right? When you take A is equal to A plus B, contents of A are taken, contents of B are taken, B is added to A, new value of A is new value of the sum is assigned to A once again, right? This advantage is taken. Assignment operator has least precedence. Since it has least precedence, it happens in the last. Current value can be taken and that location can be used to update also. That's the beauty of a programming language, right? It is something like that. I have something in two hands, right? I take out from this hand and put the result in this hand. This is not possible unless I have third hand, but computer gives me facility because assigning is happening at a later stage, right? Now, plus is unary increment operator. It increments by one only, step one only. You cannot say count plus 2. It doesn't happen. Count plus only, one by one. Accordingly, since it happens by count 1, they take integer operators. They don't take float operators. Increment is to be done. You may ask a question, so 2.5 plus 1 can be done. No, it cannot be done. It operates on integer operands only, right? Not integer part of a number, integer operands only. Associativity is right to left. All unary operators have right to left associativity only. Operand is taken, operation is performed, right? Now, there is a variation of increment operator. You can see in the example here, plus plus count and count plus plus. That means this is called as pre-incrementation and this is called as post-incrementation. In pre-incrementation, what happens is that the value is taken, first it is incremented, then it participates in the other operation. For example, when I say plus plus count plus 10, plus plus count plus 10. Suppose count value was 5 plus plus count is incremented by 1, 6 is added to 10, 16 becomes the answer. It's not that 5 is taken 15 and then incremented. It's not like that, right? Similarly, count plus plus means, suppose take the same example, count was 5, 10 is there, I write count plus 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 10. Then what happens? Present value of count is taken, it participates in the addition, 10 plus 5 becomes 15, count is incremented by 1 to become 6. Get the difference? In pre-incrementation, incremented value of the variable is taken that participate in the that will participate in the operation. On the other hand, post-incrementation takes the current value, lets it perform in the operation or participate in the other operation, then it increments, right? So there may be situations where I want current value and then it has to go to the next one. For example, in real life, say there is a queue of people working, a queue of people standing for a service. First I take the current one and set the next one ready for. So incrementation takes place. It's not that first I send this person to outside and then take another one, right? At the counters also, particularly in bus counters or railway, whoever submits, whoever gives money for taking purposes, they move from the queue, stand aside, they are being processed, the next one is in queue. This is post incrementation, right? On the other hand, to take another example of, to take one example for pre-incrementation. Suppose my service is completed by 1 year. I have to get my increment. What is done is my increment is added first and salary is counted. Pre-incrementation, right? Okay. Then decrement operator. The corresponding operator for increment is decrementing. Logic is one and the same, right? Minus minus, higher than arithmetic. Minus minus count minus minus. Logic applies same thing. So count plus plus or plus plus count or count minus minus or minus minus count is actually an algebraic expression. It is same as writing C is equal to C plus 1 or C is equal to C minus 1. Okay, in either case one is. Now come to this allocated memory. This is unary operator. This is given size of, right? Size of is a function, as you can see from the brackets. It is a function, library function. What it does is it takes the data given and finds how much memory is allocated to this one. Type size of is used when we want to give memory allocation based on the real-time usage of the variable. I don't know how much data is, how much memory is required. I would like to know, I will know only at the runtime. Then in that case, see, get the difference between how much memory is allocated versus what is the value. I may store 30,000 as the value, but the memory allocated is 2 bytes only. So size of gives memory size in bytes, but not the value at that location. Please remember this point. We will use it extensively when we go to pointers and dynamic allocation, right? Next one is type. We discussed earlier that type is actually used to convert the type of the data for operation participation in that context, in that situation. When I declare a float variable and I want integer value of it, I write type float, right? Then I get integer value of, but float originally is float only, that value remains. Its integer part is participating in the operation where it is converted. This is called as type conversion. Now, for example, here again it's right to left. Y is equal to float of 3.5 I have written here. So in my program, y is a float variable with value 3.5 is equal to should be there. It is missing. It's okay. In program will not commit this mistake. X is equal to, see, I have written x is equal to within the bracket like this int. Now what happens? Int of y I have taken. What is originally y? Float. What is its value? 3.5. X will get the integer portion of this value 3. So for all practical purposes, y's integer part is x, but y is not integer. Please remember that. Now, size of has a bracket, sign is scanf had parenthesis, printf had parenthesis, fine. Type is also having parenthesis. Is it a function? No. How is a function recognized is name, then a pair of parentheses. In the parentheses, text will be there. This is a type conversion operator. Okay. Now we'll go back to program. Check these unary operators once again. I have written a program. We'll take that and try to understand unary operator dot c again. So it's a program for unary operator demonstration. Hash include stdio.h int main int num1 num2 num3 again, right? Printf, enter the value for num1, scanf num1, same. Print num2, two numbers are taken, and num3 is equal to num plus num2. What is I am doing here is I am printing the value of num3 before any operation is performed. Num3 is as is sub addition of num1 and num2. Then I am taking printf the value of num3 before unary operator is this one. This statement is not right. I have taken two numbers and then performing addition operation. I am keeping it. What I am doing is by typing this one, I am taking num3 value before unary operators are performed. Remember, I will not perform any operation on num3 directly. Unary operators take a single operand only. So num3, right? Now what I am doing, I'll come here. The value of num1, num2 before unary operators. I will give some values to num1, num2. I am printing that one also, only to understand what is happening in the program. Now I have done it. Num1 plus plus. This statement is important for me. These two are very important for me. Num1 plus plus. What does this mean? Increment the num value, num1 value, and keep it aside. I am not doing anything here, just incrementing. Similarly, num2 minus minus. I am not doing anything, just incrementing, leaving. Then what I'm doing, printf the value of num1 and num2 after unary operation are. Num1 is equal to %d and num2 is equal to %d num1, num2. That means earlier I have printed num1, num2 without increment and decrement. Now I am printing with increment and decrement. This part, right? Next, print the value of num3, addition operation, what will be the value? Now, I'll take small example here. Let's say I have given 20 as the value to num1, 15 as the value to num2. So before doing any manipulation on num1 and num2, the values are 20 and 15. That is what is printed in this statement. Num1 and num2 are being printed. How can I say? You can see here num1 and num2, they are being printed. Next, num3 is also printed because I am adding the numbers before. That is, so I should get, when I print num1, num2 and num3, num1 should be 25, num2 should be 30, and num3 should be 20 plus 35, 20 plus 30, 65, whatever value I give. Next, num plus plus, 20 has become 21 now. And 30, num2 minus minus, 30 has become minus 30, minus 1, 29. So now I have 21 and 29 as the answers for num1, num2. I try to print here, I should get the same values here, right? 21 and 29. Next, again I perform, answer should be 40 only. Next, num3 is equal to, I have taken a composite expression here, right? Num3 is equal to num1 plus 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 num2. What does this mean here? Serial complexity here. What was num1's value? I have already incremented in the above statement here. So 20 has become 21. Now this is post incrementation. 21 will come for participation in addition operation, but num1 would have become 22 because I have given post increment. Now take the case of this one, plus num2. What was num2 value? 30 was decremented by 1, so it has become 29. 29 will become 30 first because pre-incrementation is there. So the value I get should be 21, because old value of num1 is participating. What is the old value of num1? 20 plus 1, 21. 21 plus 30, 41 should be the answer for me. And again, what should be the value of num1 and num2? 21 has become 22, right? And 29 has become 30. So accordingly, I should get 21 has become 20. So when I type for third time, num1 should be 22, num2 should be 30, and answer should be 41, one lesser, not 42. That's what I should get. Let me check how it is working. And this is what is I'm printing. Final values of num1 and num2 after final unary operation. Now take this program for your exercise. Manipulate with signs, with the negative signs. You will get answer. I said I'll give 20 and 30. First output should be num1 is equal to 20, num2 is equal to 20, and the sum is equal to 50. Num3 is equal to 50. First line, num3 before is, num3 is 50, num1 is 30, num1 is 20, num2 is 30. I am getting it. Next, okay, let me show this way. Come back to this program. Step by step we'll go. Increase one more line number. That's it. Increase for more readability on the screen there. Okay, first I'll print these parts. So what I will do is I'll make this part completely last, but should not be up to the closing bracket. No. So I have to be careful here not to commit such mistakes. Algorithm and return should be out of bracket. Now I will run this program. What I have done is essentially all other operations I have kept in the comments so that they are ignored by the program. For time being now, what I am saying, what is the value before unary operation? So I give 20 and 30. I should get num 350, num 350, right? And num1, num2 also to be given. There is a small mistake. From this point onwards, increment operation onwards. Now I'll get. Let me take the order. Move this to. Let me print num1 first, num2 next, and then for more readability, I'll do this way. Value of enum1. I will take copy of this, make another copy. What I introduce rather than putting compound statement for now, I'm making it single statement. So the value of num1 before unary operation is num1 is equal to, I'm removing all this part and putting only num1. Similarly, in the second statement, I'll make modification the value of num2. Separate lines for each statement. That's it. Before unary operation is here, I take that num1 is removed. I take care that num1 is removed and num2 is removed here. Num1 is removed here also. So num2 is equal to percentage. What is happening? I am printing, right? Num3 print statement also is to be moved. This way. Two lines here. This is disturbing. Lines are already there. Num3 will appear after this space only. Fine. So what I have done is, this is the part I am doing, right? Run it once again. I get 20, 30. What I should get is first 20 to be displayed, next 30, next 50. Right? See here 20, 30, and 50. So fine. The program is working nicely after listment. Now what I do is I'll gradually go to removing this point num plus plus num1 plus plus, and then let me have the and then new line. Okay, what I am doing is I have done this num1 plus plus num2 plus plus. This I am printing now, right? Again, there is no change in logic. What I have done is print the values of num1 and num2 after unary operation. Print the value of num3 after unary operation. So now what should I get? 20 and 30 are given. Firstly, it is 20, 30, 50. Now what happens? Num plus plus is post increment. 20 will come to sum. Num2 minus minus 30 will come to operation, sum operation, 20 plus 30, 50 will be the answer, but the value of num1 and num2 will be 21 and 31, 21 and 29 respectively. That we should get. Let us check it. I repeat, num3 should be 50 because this is post incrementation. This is post incrementation here. Present value of num1 will come 20. Present value of num2 will come 30. 20 plus 30, 50 should be the answer. Sum num3 should be 50, but when I print num1 and num2, they should be 21 and 29 respectively. Let us check it. There is a mistake. Let me remove this part. Okay. Let me see this way. Let me handle this way. Let me add that comment here so that there is no problem for us. Let me try. Right, everything is fine. What has happened is that I had removed that open comment line, but only end is there, that is unknown character. That's why compiler has given error. So I have moved that from starting point, that is incremented to composite expression. Lastly, I will take composite expression. Again, I'll give 20 and 30. So I should get two answers now. One is 20, 30, 50. Second one is 21, 29 and 50. See here, 21, 29 and 50. Fine. First one 20, 30, 50. Second one is 21 and 29 here, 30 here, 50 here, sorry, 50 here. Exactly. So it is working nicely. Not it is working nicely. I have done correctly. Now I remove this comment. Right. Now I am giving expression. Let me add a comment here. Unary operator in an expression. Okay, that's a comment. Now num3 is equal to num1 plus num2. Now what is the current value of num1 and num2? 21 and 29. Here what is happening? Num1 plus current value 29 will come, but it would be 21 will come, but it would be increased to 22 for next operation purposes whenever it is used. How about num2? Num2 is being incremented first. So 29 will become 30. So what should be the answer I'll be getting? Num1 is equal to 22, num2 is equal to 30, and sum num3 is equal to 51. That should be the answer. Again a comment. Okay, the same mistake. Remove it. Run it. Okay, I'll give 30. I'll get three outputs now. First one 20, 30 and 50. Second one 21, 29, 50. Third one 22, 30 and 51. Let me go through this. First one 20, 30, 50 correct. 21 and 29 and 50 correct. Now you see output here. What is the line? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th line. 9, 10th line. The value of num3 after final unary operation is 51. And the values are 22 and 30. Right? This is how unary operator works. Now, let me demonstrate another one before I conclude this class. This is of operator. Let me declare another variable. Oh, sorry. No. Car size. Is here after all this program. Now what I do is I'll make all this comment. Okay, let it be there, no problem. But I'll make this part comment. This we have already understood. So up to this point, what I will do is up to this part. Only return close brace are there. Here, what I will write is in the printf statements. I'll come here. Here, I'll come here. size is equal to size of, see, it has changed its color. It is a built-in function size of, I will write num4. And what is num4 here? Num4 is integer data type. What the size of give? The memory allocated for integer. In my compiler, it is 4 bytes, right? Now I write printf %d, and here only I will write the memory occupied by an integer is an integer data type is %d, come out 4. So what I have done is I have declared another variable number 4 and character integer size, right? No, size of num4 with a semicolon, which we have forgotten here. Now I will run the program. Comma is missing here. We'll put it. These are the small mistakes that we do, right? No, there is nothing that is to be done. No operation is done. Output has come. The memory occupied an integer data type is 16 bytes are allocated in this compiler, right? 16 bytes are allocated in this compiler. So size of gives me the memory allocated for a particular data type in a compiler. Now we'll see. I'll remove this. I'll just put int. Will there be any change? Let me check. That means this is for any int. 16. Answer is 16. You can see first line. The memory allocated by an integer data type is 16. The memory occupied by an integer data. Now I put char here. What is the memory allocated for char? 16. Right? So the output is, this is how it works. Not num4. I have to put size. That's what I was seeing. What was it printing? It was printing junk actually. I have taken size of in size variable. The variable has to change here. Fine. Let me see now. Not 16. Right. So what we have seen here is that we have seen arithmetic operators and unary operators. Right. To summarize unary operators, there are minus, plus plus, minus minus, size of, and type operators which are unary, and their precedence is the highest of all, and their associativity is right to left, right? And when it comes to plus plus and minus minus, there are two variants of it: pre-increment and post-increment. Pre-increment means update the value and take in expression evaluation. Post-increment means take the current value, let it go for participation in expression evaluation, but the count be increased by 1, exactly 1. So unary plus plus, unary minus minus work on only integer data types. So that's about in this session. That's all in this session. We'll meet again in the next session. Bye.